Hi and assalamualaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing fine at home during this pandemic. First of all, let me introduce myself. So, my name is Nur Izzati Izan binti Kamal and study in Bachelor of Islamic Banking in University Technology Mara, Campus Johor Segamat. So today, I feel very grateful to give an opportunity to share to all of you about impact of COVID-19 cases that affecting economy in Malaysia before and after COVID. Before I go further, let me tell you what is actually COVID-19. COVID-19 is an infection disease caused by a newly discovered strain of coronavirus, a type of virus known to cause respiratory infection in humans. COVID-19 was deemed a pandemic because of the spread of SARS-CoV-2. This new strain was unknown before December 2019, when an outbreak of a phenomena of unidentified causes emerged in Wuhan, China. The first case of COVID-19 in Malaysia was detected on 24 January 2020. The WHO country office in Malaysia has been working closely with the Ministry of Health to respond to this outbreak. Since then, the government of Malaysia has taken many significant precautions to prevent virus transmission. The government of Malaysia enforced a movement control order (MCO) starting on March 19, 2020 to break the chain of COVID-19. The COVID-19 is having a devastating effect on all social and economic sector. A lot has changed during MCO. Economy of Malaysia are very affected by the pandemic of COVID-19. This is because during MCO, many economic sector has been freeze. Malaysia has suffered RM63 billion due to MCO. Malaysia was one of the most stable economic countries in the world before being hit by COVID-19. Before this, there is a very low unemployment rate in Malaysia, which is just about 3% per month. Some of the job sector in Malaysia provide opportunities for Malaysia to work. Because of the high demand for output, the scope of work provided by some companies is also wide. But due to this pandemic COVID-19, the unemployment rate in Malaysia increased to 5.3% in May 2020 from the 3.3% in the same month a year earlier. It was the highest jobless rate in Malaysia. This is because many businesses were unable to run during COVID-19, so many employees had to be laid off by human resource. A few companies also are not being able to pay the salaries and wages to their employees during the pandemic. The most affected employed persons were those in the manufacturing and service sector, especially accommodation and food and beverage, art, entertainment and recreation, and other services such as beauty center and salon. Besides that, tourism is the third biggest contributor to Malaysia's GDP after manufacturing and commodities. This sector contributes around 5.9% to the total GDP. In recent years, the tourism industry in the Southeast Asia has had experienced significant growth, and Malaysia was keen to capitalize on these trends. However, the outbreak of COVID-19 has led the biggest change in tourism sector. The outbreak of COVID-19 has exposed a major risk to Visit Malaysia 2020 VM 2020 campaigns, as 50% of Malaysia's tourists originate from Singapore and China. The increasing case of COVID-19 in both countries has led the cancellation of many tours, which has already led to a large drop in the number of tourists to Malaysia. Other than that, the supply chain of raw material is consistent due to the ongoing production change until the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Many large global organizations are also moving towards centralizing their support for procurement and supply chain function in Malaysia to consolidate business process, promote higher efficiency and lower their cost of hiring. The COVID-19 global pandemic has placed companies in the manufacturing industries in a precarious position, with government restrictions causing disruptions to operation and the supply chain ecosystem. For example, the supply chain of raw materials such as meat, vegetables is declining as many companies stop operating during MCO. It clearly shows that COVID-19 has given huge impact in economic ecosystem. So, I'm going to share to all of you the incentive that given by the government to Malaysian during COVID-19. First is BPN, Bantuan Prihatin Nasional. The government has paid out 5.2 billion ringgit to 7.6 million Malaysians who are qualified to receive the Bantuan Prihatin Nasional cash aid. As we all know, the percent of unemployment rate during COVID-19 pandemic is very high. So this incentive will further ease the burden for those in need. Next is the government is giving all qualifying Malaysians over the age of 19 and RM50 e-wallet incentive. This opportunity is one of the recovery plan that will facilitate cashless and contactless payment. Indirectly, it will increase the buying power because people will use the opportunity to purchase whatever they want. So okay, that's all from me, and thank you for your watching. I hope this video will give a benefit to all of you, and thank you again.